Hi guys, so today is actually October 29th, which means that Halloween is literally in 2 days. When I upload this, hopefully Halloween is tomorrow. I'm hoping that I get this all edited by tomorrow. Since this is super last minute and I was like just sitting thinking, oh, you know what I want to do? I want to film a Halloween video on October 29th. I decided that I'm going to rank all of the movies that are on Disney Plus under their Halloween section. There is going to be a little bit of a catch because some of the movies I do not agree with being on the Halloween list. Those movies I will be ranking lower. So part of their score isn't just how much I like them, but how much I think that they fit a Halloween theme, basically. I'll explain whenever I do it if it's because I don't like it, or if it's because I just don't think it's very Halloween themed. Let's just get into the video. Now, like I mentioned, these are all going to be the movies that I have seen. So there are going to be a lot of movies that are on the Halloween list that I have not seen and therefore will not be on this list. We have 20 movies, and the first movie, the bottom, number 20, worst movie on the list is Zombies.
Hello?
Why, hello.
Don't get any ideas, Buster. The only thing more deadly than my high kick is my low kick.
What are you doing?
Oh.
Don't come any closer.
I don't think that's gonna hurt anyone.
Depends where I put it.
Now, I'm sorry if you like Zombies. I just don't like the movie. It just didn't click with me. I thought that it was just kind of cheesy. The singing is not that good. Oh, I shouldn't talk about people singing. I can't sing, so it's not right for me to talk about somebody singing. I personally just did not enjoy Zombies, and so for that reason, it is at the bottom of my list. Now, I do think it definitely fits the Halloween theme, so I feel kind of bad putting it so low, but I just don't like it, and so for that reason, it is number 20. Moving right along to number 19 is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. This hurts me to say that this movie is so low on my list because I read the book and I loved the book, and that is why I don't like the movie. Again, this one doesn't like completely fit the theme, so I don't mind putting it lower, but also I just don't like the movie. Tim Burton is like my favorite. You will see later. I love Tim Burton, and so to not like one of his movies does make me really sad, but I guess you can't like everything from everyone, and I just don't like Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. The books are amazing. I would like to finish them eventually. I think I'm on book 2. I kind of got deterred from reading it after I saw the movie. I wish I hadn't even seen the movie, to be honest. I will say, there is one movie that I feel like is missing from Disney Plus's Halloween list, and that is Alice in Wonderland and Alice Through the Looking Glass. The Tim Burton versions, not really the original, but the Tim Burton versions. When I think of Tim Burton, I think of Halloween. I watch all of his movies every Halloween, so for me, those are Halloween movies. So I do feel like those were missing from the list, and I don't know if everybody's list is the same, but they weren't on my list for some reason. I promise if they were, they would be like at the very top. Another thing I want to mention really quick, Zombies 2 is not on this list because obviously if I didn't like zombies that much, I'm not going to watch Zombies 2. So spot 18, 17, and 16 are all honestly tied for me because I love all 3 of these movies. I just don't really see how they fit into Halloween, and I couldn't rank them lower than these 3 spots. I could not put them in 19 and 20 because I don't like Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children and I don't like Zombies, and I could not put 3 of my favorite movies below those 2. These 3 spots go to Maleficent,
What?
Maleficent 2,
Let her go.
Pull yourself together.
and Cruella.
Right. What was your name? Cruella.
Oh. That's quite fabulous. And you designed this?
You did, actually.
Cruella is my favorite out of those three, but I love all three of those movies. Maybe your opinions are different. Let me know in the comments down below if you see why they're Halloween movies, but I honestly feel like it's just because people dress up as them for Halloween. But people dress up as... I was Merida this year for Halloween. Like, one of my costumes was Merida. And I don't think that makes Brave a Halloween movie. I mean, I guess a lot of people don't dress up as Merida. A lot of people do dress up as Cruella and Maleficent, but still, I don't know. I don't see it. So, again, let me know if you disagree, but those are my opinions. Next movie is Descendants 3.
So she's definitely taken.
Definitely.
So's Evie.
What's my name?
Uma.
I don't hate Descendants 3. I don't think it was as good as some of the other Descendants movies. I do sort of see how Descendants meets the Halloween theme, because it's just a little bit more Halloweenish than like Cruella or Maleficent, which just have like sort of dark characters. I think that this movie does have a little bit of a Halloween theme, and I think they like to play this movie a lot around Halloween, so I do kind of get it. I don't get it as much as like Halloweentown, but I can see why it's on this list. It's not as good as some of the ones above it. It's not that I hate it. It just, out of the Descendants movies, is definitely my least favorite Descendants. I feel like they went a little bit cheesier on this movie. I'm not a big fan of live action musicals, so Descendants was never like a fan favorite of mine. If it's a musical, I like it more to be a cartoon, and I heard this explained by somebody, and it makes so much sense. The reason that some people like musicals to be cartoons is because when you're watching a live action movie, musicals take away from the reality of it, where when you're watching a cartoon, there is no realism, so you don't mind singing. And I definitely feel the same way. I'll be honest, there have been movies I didn't know were musicals when I went to see them, and I left the movie theater. I feel like that's another reason why Descendants 3 is so low on my list. The next movie is Halloweentown High.
The Cromwell magic, then. We have no choice but to accept your proposal. You have until midnight on Halloween.
Midnight on Halloween.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember Halloweentown High. Maybe I should have put it lower because I don't remember. I know I've seen this movie so many times, but I could not tell you the plot of this movie. Just because of my love for the Halloweentown series, I put it a little bit higher, which maybe I shouldn't have done that, but I'm sure it was good. I'm sure it wasn't as good as Halloweentown or Halloweentown 2, but I'm sure it was good. In spot 13, we actually have Descendants.
That was a long time ago. And as I always say, don't focus on the past or you'll miss the future.
This is interesting because you never usually like a sequel more than the original. But clearly, since we have Descendants 3 lower and then Descendants, you know Descendants 2 is going to be higher than Descendants. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that. I'm going to wait and I will talk about why Descendants 2 is higher than Descendants when I get to Descendants 2. After Descendants, we have Spooky Buddies.
Help us, spirits, and take this soul. Place it back into the body the hound once stole.
Ooh, guys, my legs! I can wiggle my nose!
This is another one where I don't remember the plot. I just remember that I love, and I mean love, the Buddies movies. I have not seen this movie in years, but I love all of the Buddies movies since Air Bud came out. I was not born when Air Bud came out. Since I've seen Air Bud, I have loved every single Buddy movie. That's why Spooky Buddies is a little bit higher, because I cannot rank those adorable freaking puppies low. I just can't. The next movie is Descendants 2.
The washed out blonde with purple tips. The best of no worlds. You can't see where your face ends and your hair begins. Oh, what is this? Bored to death pink?
far can I go?
Let's talk about why I think Descendants 2 is better than Descendants. Number one, I like the whole Mal going back to the Isle. China Anne McClain's character was really cool. Like, she's probably my favorite character from Descendants. So meeting her definitely puts Descendants 2 higher for me. I also loved, and I think that they broke up, but I loved Dove Cameron, and I don't remember his name, but the guy she was dating from Descendants, their chemistry, I am not gonna lie, and I know a lot of people said this, but I definitely did ship them. I shipped them more than Mal and Ben. Wow, I don't remember anybody's name. I shipped them more than Mal and Ben. I just don't ship Mal and Ben that much. And I feel like that's what the whole first movie was about. And so I just don't really like it that much. Okay, so next we have Invisible Sister.
Wake up, Molly. Wake up. Okay, there. Now I'm going to remove this towel and be awake, and everything will be totally normal.
I feel like a lot of people are going to be like, how'd you put Invisible Sister above zombies? Because I feel like, and I could be wrong, people really like zombies, and I don't think people really like Invisible Sister. So I wouldn't be surprised if people were like, how did you put that above, way above zombies? But I actually really like Invisible Sister. It was like a solid movie. It wasn't like amazing, spectacular. It wasn't horrible. It was just like a good movie. I think that Invisible Sister is kind of underrated. I think it was a good movie. I liked the plot a lot. So next, and now this one I know people don't like, but I'm sorry. I love Return to Halloweentown.
Hello, Marnie. My name is Dr. Luxana Goodwin, and I'm the Chancellor of Witch University. On behalf of the entire faculty, I want to extend to you a full scholarship. We would be proud to have a Cromwell at Witch University.
I know that is such an unpopular opinion, but I love that movie. I will say I don't think Marnie's actor is as good as the original. Don't know her name. I still love the plot. I actually think that the plot of Return to Halloweentown is one of the best Halloweentown plots. And if it had Marnie's actor in it, that movie would have been the best Halloweentown movie. That's my unpopular opinion. We are at number 8 now. So I went back and forth a lot on this movie because I was like, is this a Halloween movie? Is it not? And I decided that it is. It's Wizards of Waverly Place, the movie.
I'm your brother.
No, Justin. Please, you can't leave me here. Please remember, I'm Alex. I'm your little sister. I taunt you and I tease you and I make your life miserable, but you love me anyway. You're everything that I've ever wanted to be. I'm jealous of how smart you are and how kind and how nice. Please don't leave me here.
The reason that I thought it wasn't is because it's just about them trying to get their parents back, and I didn't really think it fit the Halloween theme. However, Wizards of Waverly Place, the series, is on their Halloween list. And I do get it, because it's about wizards, it's about magical things, and for that reason, I do definitely understand it. It's very different from anything that's on Disney Channel. Also, I feel like I gave it a little bit of a pass because it is on Disney Channel, so it being magical just kind of makes it more Halloween just because it's a Disney Channel series. This is where my list is about to get freaking controversial. Next on my list, Halloweentown is obviously still on my list. Have not said it yet. But the next movie on my list is Nightmare Before Christmas.
Ah, Halloween's finest trick-or-treaters. The job I have for you is top secret. It requires craft, cunning, mystery.
And we thought you didn't like us, Jack.
Absolutely no one is to know about it, not a soul. Now,
I know I literally just got done saying that I don't mind musicals as a cartoon. However, there's just too much in this movie. And don't get me wrong. Okay, let me back up. This is one of my favorite movies. Like, if we're talking all movies. This is one of the ones that I do like genuinely really like. However, this is my least favorite Tim Burton film. Well, except for Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, but all of Tim Burton's movies are good except for Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. This one is just my least favorite of them. I mean, it's still really high. It's still number 7. I know that there's some controversial movies that are going to be put above Nightmare Before Christmas that people are going to be like, are you kidding me? But there's just better movies. Nightmare Before Christmas is good. Don't get me wrong. It's really, really good. And I love it. But I love other movies too. I love other movies a little bit more. My next 2 movies, which again, I feel like people are going to hate me for putting this above Nightmare Before Christmas. But my next 2 movies are Halloweentown 2.
See, there are common spells that every witch knows. I mean, supposedly. And then there are the really secret ones that are only known to the witch who made them up.
Or warlock. That's what male witches are called, right? Warlocks?
So you've been doing some reading too.
Just movies and stuff, but they're not really that educational.
And Halloweentown.
Wow. I guess it didn't turn into a handsome prince, though, huh?
No, but you did that before when you decided to help me. I never could have done it without you. Thanks.
The reason that these 2 are like together is because I feel like these are the only Halloweentown sequels that actually like very specifically go together. I feel like all the rest of them kind of have their own like plots, but these 2 like actually go together. And I love Halloweentown. That is the movie that I have to watch every Halloween year. I think it has a lot of nostalgia for me because it was like the only Halloween movie I could watch whenever I was young. I don't even know how, because I'm surprised it didn't scare me. But I was scared of Hocus Pocus. I was scared of everything. So Halloweentown was it was not too scary. So I still have a lot of appreciation for it, and I still watch it literally I haven't watched it yet this year, but I will. I will watch it either tonight or tomorrow because it's Halloween season. I have to watch Halloweentown. Up next, we have Frankenweenie. The reason Frankenweenie for me is higher than Nightmare Before Christmas is because Frankenweenie's story is so much better. Like, I cry when I watch that movie. Whenever his dog dies, like, I literally cry. Every single time I watch a movie where a dog dies, I start crying. I watched John Wick, is that what it's called? The dog died and I quit watching it. Everybody talks about how good John Wick is and I couldn't get past the dog dying. The next movie is Haunted Mansion.
That is absurd.
Forgive me.
Hey, if you gonna kill me, but listen, when I come on the other side, I'm gonna just be whipping your ass for all eternity, so maybe you should read this before you stab somebody. Read it.
I could not watch Haunted Mansion as a kid. I did not watch Haunted Mansion until last year because that was the first year that I wasn't scared of it. I went to Disney this year, as you know from my vlog, which I will link down below. I went to Disney this year. I was scared to death at the Haunted Mansion thing. I thought that like things were gonna start jumping out at me. I realized it wasn't as scary as what I thought it was because it's for children, but it's still, before I realized that it wasn't, I was terrified. So, but anyways, the movie, I realized after watching it, is amazing. That movie is funny. That movie is like just enough scare. I can't watch it after like 10 o'clock or I'll have nightmares. Yeah, I'm 21. But that movie is just enough scary that it's good and not too scary. Let's move on. I like Haunted Mansion now. It's a good movie. We are down to number 2 and number 1. My number 2 Halloween movie, have to watch every year, is James and the Giant Peach.
I'll be shoving off now. I should have worn a belt.
Now, of course, there are Tim Burton movies that are not on this list. Some of them I would say I like. I don't know. I'm not gonna rank Tim Burton's movies. Maybe I'll do that in another video. Comment down below if you want to see me rank all of Tim Burton's movies. I'll probably do that, to be honest. James and the Giant Peach is like one of my favorite Tim Burton movies. I just watched it the other day. That scene where he finds a skeleton, that's definitely Jack. I love that scene. That is probably my favorite scene of the whole movie, which I think is funny because I'm like, I don't like Nightmare Before Christmas that much, but still, well, I do. I like it a lot. It's just not my favorite. But the nod to it is just so, it's really cool. I also really like the songs in that. I like how it's kind of theatrical. I like the live action to the stop animation. And if you haven't seen it, what are you doing? You need to go watch it. This is my number 1 favorite Halloween movie. This is in my top 5 Disney movies of all time. This is the most, hands down, the most underrated Disney movie of all time. And that is The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. This definitely fits the Halloween theme. It has the Headless Horseman in it. If that doesn't say Halloween, I don't know what does. Ichabod Crane just is Halloween. I don't know which of the two is my favorite, Ichabod or Mr. Toad. The songs in that movie are really good, and it's not a musical. I don't think that the characters actually sing. I think the narrator is the one who sings, and then maybe there's some side characters that sing, but it's mostly Ichabod walking. Yeah. I'm thinking a lot about the Ichabod side of things because that's the more Halloween side. I feel like a lot of people haven't even seen Ichabod and Mr. Toad because nobody talks about it, but that is a movie that if you have not seen it, you need to go watch it seriously right now. That movie is hilarious. It has that same weird theme that Alice in Wonderland has. It's very, very different. And then it's also told as 2 different stories. So if you get bored and you want to go get some popcorn or something, you can take a little break in the middle. And that was our last movie, so that is going to be the end of this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I kind of did this last minute, so it might be a little bit rambly because I didn't really have anything planned, but I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow, maybe not. Bye.